Hello, I'm EVM, welcome back to the channel and to the Fiat 500 electric. We're here doing the EV Rally of Scotland, hence all the livery on the car. So we thought whilst we're driving and doing hundreds of miles in this, we might as well review it because it is a car I've been trying to get my hands on for quite some time. I like small cars, I like cheap EVs, there's not enough at the moment. Most manufacturers are doing the high-end things. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what this is like because it's small, it's relatively cheap, and I've always liked the Fiat 500. So let's have a look. Right, let's have a look around the outside, the inside, and then obviously we'll take it on these lovely Scottish, very sunny roads that we've got. It was actually really nice this morning. This is clearly, for me, got the Fiat 500 look. That's a very good thing. I've always liked the look of them. It's that cute, small, Italian sort of city car that they do best at. You've got the big logo here. That looks really good. Obviously, you don't need a radiator grille in the traditional sense, although it does have some down there. I just like all these little LED highlights. You know, these are the DRLs. It's like little eyebrows. It just gives it a bit of a personality, a bit of a different look. It's retro yet modern, and I think it's a car that'll look good anywhere. Big house, small house, country, city. It's almost classless look. So yeah, for me, this is probably one of the better looking small cars. Let's see if it carries on around the side. I like these handles, or rather lack of handles. Just put your finger under there, little button, and it opens up. That gives it kind of a slimline look. And I think it suits the car as well. It's a very tall car compared to its length. So it's got that, again, classic silhouette from the Fiat 500. I quite like that. This is the CCS charging port. We'll talk about that later. Easy to access. The window here, can't open it. Not a big deal, but it's something which I think it'd be nice to have them pop-out windows. I think they look better. It has this really cool indicator just sticking out like a little wing. Again, little touches. That's, to me, what makes an interesting car. Just little things here and there, like the badge at the front, this, the fact that you haven't got a proper handle. It just kind of brings it all together into a nice, neat package. And I also like the fact that the wheels are right in the corner. Good handling. So, yeah, and this in what is only available in electric form. The back end, it's, again, classic profile. I really like these. Well, the shape of the rear lights, the way they kind of bulge out a little bit. It's got a bulbous rear end, but it gives that a bit of presence. They've got lots of angles, lots of things sticking out. The button here, nice place. It doesn't get dirty like some that are down there, so that's quite good. Now, it is a small city car, so it's not going to have a big boot, but it's not too bad, as you can tell from this. You're not going to be going on holiday in it, but for a shop, for anything like that, I mean, this has got to be the smallest parcel shelf I've ever seen. And of course, you can put the seats down if you really do need to take some load up, because the Achilles heel is the back seats for me, which we'll show you in a second. Let me just put this back on, and here we go. It's not even very heavy. It's perfect city car, and for me, a good second car, whether it's EV or not. I'm liking this already. Let's go inside now. Okay, now the interior. This is a good start for me. 2-spoke steering wheel, bit of black gloss, which is as usual. Gonna get the fingerprint. I do like that logo. It does suit this car, and it feels very nice. It feels upmarket actually. Now there's a button to open the door. There is a manual release there, just in case the electronics fail. So you just press that and open it. That's fine. This feels quite nice. Buttons, decent actually. Feel pretty sturdy. That's a bit cheap, but we are in a Fiat 500, remember, so I don't mind that. Door bins, not too bad, but not massive. This, however, it's I don't think it's standard, is it? It's an optional extra. But I have to say, it's like a, I don't know, it's like a tyre.
It's like a Fiat, but it's like got a fake wood sort of feel to it.
Yeah, it's really good. I really do like that. And if you do end up speccing it or getting it in your car, you will like it. But not a deal breaker. And look at these actual buttons. It's not all done by this, which I can show you if I just put the car on. The button is there. Now this is like a virtual cockpit. We are limited what I can show you just at the moment, just because we are charging. But yes, you've got loads and loads of different options, more than realistically I can go through here. But yeah, I do like that. It's very clear, very high definition. And that's the one I usually have it on, so it's very nice. So that's it, that's good. This is the optional, is it 12 inch?
I think it's 10 now.
10 inch, sorry, and they do a 7 as standard. This is obviously a very spec car. It does Android Auto, as you can see there, as well as the Apple CarPlay sort of thing. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how good it is because you can use that. But it's not bad. The sat-nav is acceptable. The whole operation, once you get used to where things are, again, quite acceptable. There's a few things which I think it could do with tweaking. Yeah, nothing major though. These vents, solid. This is the wireless charging pad, which is optional extra. I'm not sure if I'd need that because it does do wireless Android Auto. You don't have to plug it in, but because I'm tight, I'd probably not pay the 300 or 400 quid that you. Yeah, just use a cable. Now you choose neutral, reverse and park and drive just by pressing them, of course. So there's no gear lever, as it were.
I quite like that.
I don't mind it, yeah. Down here, we've got the modes, which are normal, Sherpa and range mode. Sherpa being the most eco version, if you will. This has been slightly annoying, hasn't it, Harry? Because every now and then you just knock it and all of a sudden the music comes on really loud and scares you half to death. Handbrake there. Going further back, you've got USB again for charging your phone and a 12-volt socket. That's that's reasonably deep. There's no cover, so everything's kind of in the open, and you've got a cup holder there, and a little bit for various junk. Obviously, where you can see we're putting loads of stuff. But yeah, down here, this is a good idea. Another cup holder, because it is a little bit narrow, so you do miss a little bit of storage, and there's no armrest, at least not on this one. So there is a bit of that, but I don't think it's too much of a problem because this isn't going to be a long distance cruiser. It's clearly going to be a city car. It is a right-hand drive. So what's the glove box like, Harry?
What are the bets?
Well, it's proper EV only, so for me it's going to be fine, I think. Yay! And look, it fits the Doritos fake Pringle thingy. Comes with the panoramic option roof, which, you know what, normally I would say don't bother, but you can actually see it quite a lot as a driver, and it makes a bit of a difference to how big the car feels. We'll get onto how big it is and height and size and things in a minute, but yeah, I would probably go for that one. But overall, I'm quite impressed with this. What about the seats? I mean, there's some recyclable material in here, but we've done hours of driving. I'm comfortable.
Absolutely fresh.
This is the downside, isn't it? There's not a lot of rear space.
There's not. No.
In fact, there's a not a lot.
It's more like a two-seater, isn't it?
It is. I mean, there is only 2 seats in the back, which I like. Too many cars pretend they are 3 seats in the back. So let's
try that.
Let's try and get in the back to show you how cramped it is, basically, because it is cramped, isn't it? So the seat's been pushed forward.
Right. I'm in.
You're in.
And then.
And I'll put that. That's not in the right position.
Will it?
There we go.
Oh my God.
Yes. That's extremely tight, isn't it?
It is extremely tight.
I mean, we've got all the junk in here, so I can't get in. But ultimately, I don't think we would fit.
No, you'd have to be. Let's have a look where I would be comfortable. That.
Headroom?
No. Head's touching.
And yeah, neither of us are the tallest.
Tall, no.
So you would not get, it's not for adults.
It's not for adults, no.
This is just a kids only sort of thing.
Yeah, and then you've got the kids kicking you.
And you can't have a tall adult in, even with a child in the back. And it should be pointed out, if you have one of those reverse children's
it's not
seats,
going to fit there, is it?
It will not fit there because of that. However, you can put it in the front.
Yep.
It has ISOFIXes in the front seat. Well, after a fair stint on the motorway, I would say it's punching above its weight in the motorway cruising stakes. I feel like I'm in a bigger car in terms of refinement.
It's surprising. When she's finished, yeah. It's surprisingly quiet. It does fit. I think it's a small car, and if you look behind you, you're reminded it's a tiny car.
It's a very small car, yeah.
But from here, it doesn't feel that bad, does it?
The wind noise on the MG5 was substantially worse.
Yeah.
So it's obviously quite an efficient little, low drag coefficient little thing.
I can hear no noise, road noise at all for the tyres. It is literally just wind noise. I mean, the cabin as well, maybe it's the panoramic roof, but it does feel airy.
Yeah, maybe this is something that you
would
need. Because, like you say, when we put this on,
it does feel a bit claustrophobic.
or is it just because we're used to it? I don't know. But
feels better already.
But my heat seat is coming on and then off, and
Yeah,
then on and then off. So it's basically hot, cools down, hot, cools down. I just want that level, please.
It's like that annoying, when you get in the bath and then you put the cold in, it's too cold. You put more hot in, it's too hot.
Well, I think the first thing is that this is not for tall people.
Well, this particular model is not for tall people.
Yes.
This spec.
Because we haven't got the
uppy downy seat.
Uppy downy seat, which is an optional extra according to the PR person we just asked. And this doesn't have it, and we're fine.
Well,
but only
almost.
just.
Yeah.
Let's go on about the handling, which is a double-edged sword, I think, because on roads like this, I'm quite happy.
It's one of those cars that sort of eggs you on.
Yeah, so this is now twisty Scottish Highlands.
It enjoys that though.
It does.
It doesn't feel dangerous. I think the thing is with it, you don't have to be going fast to have fun.
When, well, like this, we're driving kind of at town speeds. If you get a bit of undulation or the potholes that you get, it's like it's one bump behind.
Yeah.
It
works better when it's got a bit of speed behind it, doesn't it? If you go a bit quicker, it seems to sort itself out.
You know what? For a car of this size, I would class it as comfortable.
I think it's, yeah.
Now, can you do one thing for me?
Smash.
Turn that off.
Yeah, I don't know. Can we turn that off?
Oh,
it's very nanny-like, isn't it?
You know when you get a sign that's for a road going down there, it reads that. So you're in a 60 and it thinks you're in a 30.
And then it goes
ba-ding,
bing,
ba-ding, ba-ding. Yeah, and we're looking about around 100 miles worth of range on the 24.
Yep.
And I would say, judging by what we're getting off here, I'm going to say 140 miles.
Depending on town driving, or it's been mostly.
Yes, this is average around the year around different roads.
Yeah.
Fiat 500e, the Mini E, or the Honda E, because for me they're all in the same sort of bracket in the genre of car, but crucially not quite the same price.
They're all very different, aren't they? Like, they're in the same sort of group, but they all offer something different.
They're all city cars for me.
Yeah, but the Mini is sort of a sporty one.
And the much more expensive
one. The Honda E is the funky one,
but also quite expensive.
And this one,
bespoke, more bespoke.
Yeah, more bespoke. I think the Honda E is just like almost like a concept car on the road.
Yeah.
And this one is where's this fall?
Well, this is meant to be the cheaper.
Is it the both of them? Is it?
I would probably say that I would go for this over the Mini and the Honda E, unless I was comfortable spending about another £4,000 on the versions I would find acceptable for the other two.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? They are in the same sort of group of car, but then when the Mini is costing £4,000 extra, and the Honda E even more,
it's like yeah, it's a different class almost, isn't it?
Yeah,
different tier.
This becomes of a bargain.
Well, yeah, I mean, we should mention that we've had a bit of a look online, and we've found the 24 kilowatt hour version, the smaller battery, for £21,500 brand new.
Doesn't seem bad, does it? By a long stretch, that.
And then we've found the bigger battery version for about 24,500. So, what do you think of the handling? Although you have driven it quite a way, I should point out.
Yeah. I actually quite like it. It's
not quite mini level, is it?
It's not quite mini level, but the steering's got a nice weight to it. It feels direct. I turn, it goes in the direction that I expect it to do.
I'd like it to be a bit heavier, personally, on roads like this. So it's definitely weighted for the city, isn't it?
Yeah, it has weight on it. It does feel really nice, I think. I like the handling. The handling was something that I didn't think would be. It feels cheeky. Yeah. It's got a personality.
They didn't say officially in any way that at some point in the future, probably several years to be fair, an Abarth.
Yeah, they didn't say that they would be doing an Abarth model at all, did they?
No. So I would say slightly above my expectations for most things.
Yeah.
But I think I'd be happy with this on the driveway. I think it looked good. I think Lorna would like it.
I think so.
It's like a bigger Twizy. It makes everyone happy.
Yeah, I think so. The amount of people when we stopped at the checkpoints have gone, oh, I bet that's fun. If you're looking at one of these, you already know that it's going to be a small car with very small rear seats.
Yeah, so it's a...
You're not buying it thinking it's a 7 Series.
It's the expectation, isn't it? I expected a small city car. That's
exactly what I got.
And not enough cars meet expectations, or don't have any because they're trying to be a crossover.
Crossover? Oh, no.
I'm good at everything.
Well, this is like, you just need to be good at this. I'm really good at that. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Job done.
Right, we are done. We've switched camera because basically, as you saw on the livery on the vehicle, we're doing the EV Rally of Scotland. So it's
a bit chaotic,
a bit disjointed review because we're doing it in
so
in
many
bits.
different bits. Yeah.
So yeah, effectively, we're done. Thanks for watching. Overall,
Impressed?
I really like this car.
Yeah.
The only thing that annoyed me was the lane
assist.
keep assist thing,
Yeah.
which you cannot fully turn off.
No.
And that's
Very nannying.
And we've just asked Fiat that.
Yeah.
So other than that,
Fantastic.
I really like this.
I really like it.
As a second EV, it's going to be on my consideration list if I ever get rid of the Mini for a full.
Yeah, I think
go
so.
full EV.
Yeah.
And remember, members saw this early.
They did.
They did.
A week early.
Yep. And
they've got lots of other stuff as well.
Podcast early. There's a whole library of members-only videos as well, which is getting bigger and bigger as time goes on. All for less than anything you can buy from the pound shop.
Yep. Can't say fairer than that, can you?
I mean, you know, we would be too cheap for the pound shop.
Yep.
As a membership scheme.
It's EVM value price.
It's just fantastic. We need a 99p shop.
We do.
Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.
See ya.